Stepped away for a minute and didn't miss anything. Market just just below the VWAP, just moving sideways. Again, I took some Tesla calls in and out really quickly. Still looks pretty decent though. Again, bull, web bull down to 1711. Again, I'm not worried too much about it. It's such a good risk reward. I'm just going to let it go. SPY drifting back down again here. Again, not much of a day so far. SPY down actually about 0.1% after being up about 0.4% early on. Pulling back here. Now just kind of moving back below the VWAP, then up to the VWAP, then back down below the VWAP. Just not much price action. Okay, William WMB, Palantir, and Netflix overnight longs. Yeah, it's having a hard time figuring out swing trades. Everybody's having a hard time figuring out swing trades. I have hardly any swing trades on, unless I'm doing debit spreads or strangles or straddles. Swinging right now is very, very difficult. Palantir is still a good setup, by the way. Palantir is still sitting. 116.30 is the support level on that. That's still an okay setup. Netflix, it's also okay. I mean, it's sitting right on the 8 exponential moving average. Again, this is a very hard market to swing in. It really is. When you get a market that's just gapping here, gapping there, coming yesterday, moving up strongly, then pulling back. Today we bounce up, pull back hard. These are really difficult trading conditions for swings. Day trades is pretty much mostly what I'm doing right now. And credit spreads and things like that, but. Did take a call debit spread in MSTR this morning and made money on it before it pulled back. And I took Tesla for a quick, just a quick trade on some calls just a bit ago. SPY still coming down. Not really very dramatically, but just drifting. Not much direction. Here's ZKIN. This was a Momo stock from yesterday. Moving up, but coming off some deep lows here. Well, still hanging in around $17. Can't we get till next week on this one? Unless we get assigned. We won't get assigned down here. It's got to go below this to get assigned. We collected a lot of premium in it. I was just showing the Q chart. That was the Qs running right up into the 200-day moving average yesterday and today. I think I had my speaker off, my microphone off. Here's the Qs right here. Switch to the daily chart right there. Right there, right to the 200, right back. So you touched it here, failed, failed, failed. That's 3 attempts. 3 attempts at the 200-day moving average on the Qs without getting through it. SPY hasn't got up to the 200 yet. Not a very bullish setup here. Longer term. Dan points out this is an LPTE day so far. Low probability trading environment is garbage. The market's not giving us anything to trade here. Again, I traded Tesla quickly this morning, just a little while ago for a quick break when it got above the 301.47, took profits in it, and I'm out of it. That's it. I traded WBUY, which was a Momo stock, took profits on that, and I took MSTR today as a call debit spread early today, back here when it actually worked and get out, and now it's just coming back down again. Very low probability trading environment here. Am I muted? I was muted, yeah. I was chomping on something. I didn't want to chew into the microphone, so I muted myself. It's really not. This is an LPTE, a low probability trading environment. If you're looking at the SPY, there's just not much going on. I did trade Tesla real quickly, in and out, and made money on it. But you got to be very quick. I don't see anything swingable here right now. Web bull just kind of chopping around. PRCH going against me today. 1076. I get it till next week. I'll hold it. It's still a kind of a doji sandwich setup, but it didn't complete the doji sandwich. So we talked about yesterday. Again, it was a doji sandwich setup that didn't work. Right here, big green candle doji, and today it's pulling back, but early yet. Still lots of time in the day, but not much action in the market. Again, LPTE, low probability trading environment. This is just garbage. This is not tradable. See if I can find some stocks with some relative strength or relative weakness that not a lot. Lyft has got some decent relative strength, gapped up this morning. Lyft. ALLY also has got some good relative strength right here. And again, Lyft has got some relatives. I mean, there's a few stocks. There's always a few that are outperforming, but still pretty choppy here. As far as relative weakness is concerned, I can't count very many there. Some here, but cheap stock, ORGO, RC, another relatively cheap stock. Hot coming in. But see, Honda's bullish on the daily chart, so I can't touch it. PRCH, that one of my stocks that I'm long, is going against me fairly steadily here today. The rest of these are stocks that are moving down but are green for the day. MCHP, quite a big drop in MCHP. Nordisk also coming in. Not a lot to trade. SPY bouncing now. Pivot point coming up here. Pivot point's pretty close to actually yesterday's close. This was the gap up here this morning. And there's yesterday's close. Pretty much the pivot point is coming up to basically touch yesterday's close, which right now the SPY is up 0.07%. Horrible price action. About 5 minutes at 12 here. Market not doing anything. Really dead as a doornail right now. Up 0.05% on the SPY. Gave back almost all the gains from the gap this morning. Q up 0.05 as well. Very dead market. coming up toward the pivot point. NXTT just jumped onto the list of Momo stocks, but a little late now. Right down there around $40 would have been a nice one. $12 right now. This NXTT, I didn't catch this one. This was a beautiful momentum trade here, but it got away from me. I didn't see it it was too late. I'm not going to chase it up here. Cheap stock, of course. It was under $1 when we saw it, but still a nice move on it. SPY coming right up to the pivot point. red candle, couple of dojis here. See if we get any kind of follow through to the downside on the SPY. QA, oh, the WB, you got the WBUY Momo color. Yeah, it's again a very volatile stock, the Momo stocks. I was muted for a while, Ross. I'm not sure if you, because I had to step away for a minute. No audio. Yeah, hopefully you have audio now, because I just had to step away for a couple minutes. Everybody got audio now? Let me know if you can hear me. Yep, okay, cool. Thank you. My coming down now. Now we got a red candle with some follow through. So it's a little more bearish here to the downside. $563.11 is the next support level in the SPY. Basically 563. Coming down toward the 8 exponential moving average here. Standard deviation line right here. Kind of found support a little bit. Little SPY bounce here. And then XTT was a beautiful Momo, which I didn't catch. I missed it early and I didn't want to chase it, but it's quite a beautiful move here from about 40 cents up to $1.23. Really a really good run, yeah, 300%. Again, out these Momo trades, I have folks that are interested in them, so I point them out when I see them, and I take some of them. But it's not something I recommend to traders, especially new traders or inexperienced traders. They're very difficult to trade. They're very volatile. That's why they call Momo stocks. The only ones I recommend are the ones that have low float, which means there's always an opportunity for a short squeeze in them. And they don't follow the market. They have nothing to do with what the market direction. Most of our trades, we're always looking at what's the market doing and what's the stock doing relative to the market. But for Momo trades, that's not the case. But again, I've just had people point them out. They want me to point them out, so that's what I'm doing. Again, don't recommend you take them because they're risky and they're tough to trade. But people ask for them, so I'll let you know when I see them because I do trade them. And XTT nonstop. Don't know anything about the stock, but this is a huge momentum trade in this thing. Looks like it's halted right now. Chop, chop, chop with the market here. Market just chopping around again. It's a low probability trading environment. It's 12:18. I'm gonna have lunch in here in about 10 minutes, and not really much going on. I have PRCH, which is done against me, but next week I'm gonna hold it. The bull put credit spread bull is trading at about 17.40 right now, which by the way is exactly break even on the spread. But we won't do anything with this till next week, unless I got a sell order in at 20 cents to buy it back for 20 cents, but that's not going to happen when we're in the 17s. It's got to get up into the 1850, 1860 area.
We will take all the rain that we can get, and we are going to get a lot of it. Savannah, we're down 6.5 inches for the year. Unfortunately, it is coming on Mother's Day. There is, you know, if you have a Mother's Day cruise planned or maybe a tea in a garden, be careful with that. Tallahassee averages just over 3 inches of rain for the entire month of May, and we could get that in a matter of days, and that means we have the possibility of flooding Saturday, Sunday, and on into Monday as this system is just kind of sitting here doing a whole lot of nothing. How about Atlanta? It's going to be a super soaker for the extended period. We're down only about 1.8 inches. Not too terrible here, but we could easily make that up and get a surplus with rain through the middle of the week. How about Charleston? Charleston's down over 7 inches for the year. We could desperately use it. We're going to get it, though there could be some thunderstorms. And this Charleston, Hilton Head, Savannah area, we're getting 3, 4, 5 inches of rain. Jordan, that could be an entire month's worth in just a matter of 3, 4, 5 days, which obviously could lead to flooding.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the South for Mother's Day weekend. A shout out to all the moms out there. It's going to be a great weekend for you. Even though we've got the rainfall, we're going to look at this as like, hey, this is going to be a great day to sleep in, right? So anybody who is taking care of a mom, maybe grab the kids or, head out of the house, let them sleep for as long as possible. Temperatures in the 60s in Atlanta. Are you kidding me? We got the women's triathlon on Sunday, Centennial Park in Nashville, which will be nice. And then, of course, you could, if you're in Atlanta, I know we've got a food festival that's going to be in and around downtown. You got temperatures in the 60s, which will be nice, but obviously you've got the rainfall to come with it, so it might be a little bit of a sog fest there for you guys in and around Atlanta. Meanwhile, down over Texas, I know we've got the air show in Corpus Christi. All right, that one's going to be fun. Blue Angels are going to be flying down there. You're going to be on the drier side. Dallas looks beautiful. I do think that we're going to be having a really nice day in Little Rock, Mother's Day at the zoo. All right, that'll be nice for you guys, although there is some isolated activity for you in and around Little Rock, but much of Texas will be fine. For us in Dallas, we'll be just shy of 80 with mostly sunny skies. It'll be beautiful to get out in the Lone Star State. The northern tier is going to be the warm spot. This is definitely going to be a little bit toasty. Look at how we're going to be at 90 degrees in Minneapolis, Steph, so that could be a little warm. Even for us in Denver, we'll be back up into the 80s just after we had some snow in the mountains not too long ago.
On Sunday for Mother's Day, maybe go to Wings over South Texas and Corpus Christi.
Oh, Blue Angels.
Featuring the Blue Angels.
Yeah, those things are so loud. If you're going to do that, bring earmuffs. I remember seeing them, and it was like, even when I closed my ears,
it was...
I'm gonna get some lunch. It's about 12:27, so I'm gonna grab some lunch. See if I have any questions before that. There's really not much to say here. The market is, this is low probability trading environment. It's just not doing anything. Suzanne, yeah, you can all hear me. Nothing much for me to say. Sorry for the mic on and off. I had to get up and do a few things, but there's nothing going on here. I just don't see any particular opportunities to try to trade. I mean, if you try to make trades right now, I think you're pretty much just trying to grasp at straws, because there just is not that much going on. I mean, I traded Tesla earlier, made some money on that. I made some money on MSTR this morning when the market was strong, but other than that, it's not really doing anything. So, under those some circumstances, it's probably a good time to take lunch, as the market just is not, it's pulling back down again here, but it's going to break down below this low before I consider taking anything. And it's got some support right now on the SPY. The horizontal support level is 563.11, roughly about 563 is the support level on the SPY. So it's got about a dollar to the support level on it. It's a horizontal support level. But this is really pretty horrible price action. Okay, I'm gonna get some lunch. I'll go ahead and shut down the YouTube feed, and appreciate all the folks in YouTube by listening to the weather. Okay, let me see. A couple of questions here. SPY also seems to be bouncing off the 200 SMA on the intraday. I don't use the 200-day moving average on the 5-minute chart, or any charts except for the daily chart. I use it on the daily chart. I mean, you can use it weekly if you're doing for investing purposes, but I only use it on the daily chart. I do not use it on the 5-minute chart. Institutions don't use it on the 5-minute chart. They use the VWAP on the 5-minute chart, and so that's why I don't use it. They don't really matter. It looks like it's Ross. It looks like it's reacting to it. I suggest that if you draw random lines on a chart, 5-minute chart, daily chart, just draw random lines, and then go back and look at price action. Just about every line you draw in there is at some point in time gonna seems like it's working. It's completely random. They don't work. The institutions are not reacting to the 200 or any of the simple moving averages on the 5-minute chart. They react to the VWAP, and some of them use the 15. That's about it. How do I build my watch list? Well, I use TC2000, Jose, and I have these cascading up, cascading down scans. I have several scans on the SPY Super System that I use, and then I have scans in TC2000. What I do with TC2000, I can put a flag on a stock that I like. If I go through a scan and I like a stock, I can put a flag on it, and then I have a watch list I can bring up of all the flags in symbols that I checked. Am I listening to the weather? I was listening to the weather online. We were supposed to get floods here in Charleston this weekend, so I was checking on that. Not much else to do here between checking the weather and gonna eat lunch. It's a slow day, very slow day. One thing we've got on is this bull. We got a put credit spread on bull for next week. 18 sold 18 puts, bought the 17 puts, and it's right now sitting at 17.21, sitting right on the 8 exponential moving average. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close down the YouTube feed. I appreciate all the folks in here today. Thank you so much. A lot of people following on YouTube, and I appreciate that. Look forward to having some folks join the room, and I'll buy the software. This software is really important. It's really critical. This stuff makes your trading much easier if you know what the institutions are doing, and when you can see a bunch of chop like this, it's reflecting the price action. It tells you don't be trying to find trades. Again, our objective here is not to make trades. Our objective is to make money. So a lot of times we're not going to do very many trades. You can see we get just this one on. We haven't done a lot, but we had some nice trades. We closed out a nice trade in ABBV. That was a call credit spread. We traded out, we closed out Wendy's for a profit. We closed out Philip Morris for a profit, and we closed out PayPal for a profit recently. So not a lot of trades, but winning trades. So again, thanks folks in YouTube. I'm going to close this down. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all back here on Monday.